Migration is a complex issue and can be a source of animosity in some instances. Here, delegates want to find solutions that will ensure that the phenomenon becomes a development enabler. But one of the biggest challenges facing countries globally is irregular migration due to conflicts, economic instability and other factors. In Southern Africa, South Africa continues to be a magnet for migrants.
Very complex issues, like you said, especially when you start looking at the job opportunities in South Africa, because as it is, we also have problem in terms of job opportunities for South Africans themselves, and that's why we find that there's contested kind of space among South Africans. But when you look at the benefit, is that you want to step out of that to say, what is it that South Africa needs the most and does not have? And so that we can start looking for those gaps and fill those gaps. And in the presentation that we had yesterday from Department of Labour, they've got a system actually to sift through to say, these are the skills that we've checked throughout the country. We do not have these skills, and we are going out to source out these skills.
We really encourage regular migration, which basically means that when people travel with their documentation in a regular manner, they are protected. So what we are also doing is working with our member states and encouraging them to ensure that member states have documentation. We have some programs where we are focusing on aspects around legal identity.
The International Organization for Migration says this is a very emotive issue and SADC member states must work together.
This conversation around migration can be very polarizing and, as I indicated earlier, also very, very emotive. So what we are trying to do is to also provide evidence, provide data. In some of the discourse that happens, we hear statements like, we have over this number of people living here, and sometimes the numbers are not really correct. So the other thing that we are doing is working with statistical offices of the SADC member states.
What are other countries doing to draw benefit from migration?
We as Lesotho, in the past, we used to take migration ordinarily. That means we were using our embassies abroad just to provide the consular services only to our nationals who are residing abroad. But these days, we have shifted the paradigm and we are considering diaspora as the enablers of development and external source for financing.
The gathering will be wrapped up on Friday, and participants are optimistic that they will find long-lasting solutions. Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.